Okay, part 3 of the KABAR knives. I was talking about how affordable they are, and they're very affordable. This one in 2004 I paid $64 for, mail order. Forget where I got it from. Maybe Knives Plus, maybe AFES, I forget. And please don't post comments, hey, I got mine for $42. I mean, they vary. It could be anywhere from $40 to $75. Who cares? They're affordable. They're very affordable for what you get. This one in 1999 was more expensive. I paid still sub 100. I think only paid $85. And I know for a fact I bought this one through AFES. And if you're not familiar with AFES, that's the PXBX affiliate of the Armed Forces. And I had this one. And when I flew in combat operations over Kosovo, this is the one that was in my survival kit. This is my primary survival kit. Now the U.S. Air Force does, how you doing, give you a survival kit, but it sucks. And so I supplement it with my own stuff, and this is one of them. Because it's a relatively lightweight blade, it's rust resistant, it's rugged, it's got a great handle, you can pound with it. And by the way, it's not just utility pounding, that makes a very effective non-lethal combat weapon. You connect with that on someone's temple, bam, they're going night-night. Guaranteed. So the KABAR has a non-lethal impact device right on the end of it, free of charge. Excellent. By the way, the thickness on all the Marine Combats is adequate. And I wouldn't want it any thicker. It is sub, I don't know exactly, but it's probably, I don't know, 5/16, no, not even that. It's less than a 1/4 inch, but it's fine. I talked a little bit about its wood splitting capabilities. Not good, not great, but another factor of that is it's not super thick at the spine. Remember that Cold Steel Recon Scout is a 1/4 inch thick, and then it's a full flat grind going down to the edge, so it acts just like a chisel. That's why it's so effective. Those are always going to be your best wood splitters. However, this is an excellent all-around design. It does many tasks well. It digs, it kills, it can quarter game very effectively. I do think, however, a 7-inch blade for skinning game is very long. It's tough to get absolute control on it. Okay, if you didn't watch my other videos, by the way, this is my circa 1999 next generation KABAR Marine Combat Knife. This is my circa 2004 with the epoxy coated blade. Same blade, by the way, still the 440, and it is a 440A stainless. I really wish they would have used a different stainless on it. There's so many good stainless steels, like 154 CM. A note about D2. They do make this knife in a D2 offering. At least they did. I don't know if they still are. And D2 is a great steel. However, I probably would not choose it as my first steel for an all-around woods knife. It's too brittle. Also, it's not super stainless. So, of course, neither are my 1095 versions. But my point is that as we blast through wood, as we make shelters with these Marine Combat knives, you're probably going to hit something hard sooner or later. It might be a nail in a piece of wood. It might be a rock. In fact, I can guarantee you're going to hit a rock sooner or later with your blade. And that D2, in my experience, will probably chip on you. Look at my Fall Niven A2 Wilderness knife review. It's that laminated Sanmai type stainless steel. I show you the chips in that blade. And that's what happens with a very hard stainless steel when it connects with the dirt. And it will connect with the dirt. Unless you're just a poser and you're going out in the woods and not doing anything. But if you're actually going out and working with your blades with a D2 steel blade, I'm pretty sure you're going to come back with some chips in it. So this softer stainless steel, and this might be why KABAR went with it, this is a 440A stainless steel, very soft in the relative terms of stainless steels. The reason they may have chosen it is it won't chip on you. And it's easy to sharpen in the field. So let's not be steel snobs, and I'm certainly not. However, I think they could have gotten that, the softness, and also better edge retention with a 154 CM offering. But again, I like to be honest and balance it. If we would have gone 154 CM in this blade, remember I told you I paid $85 for this blade, 1999. A 154 CM version would probably be twice that. So it would probably double the price. You don't get a free lunch. If you want upgraded steel, you're going to pay for it, with very few exceptions. And there are some exceptions out there, and I talk about it in my videos, but the KABAR knife is a lot of knife, and it's an adequate steel. So 448, there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of internet hype that says it's total garbage, and that's not true. It functions nice. I know, because I've done it. I've gone out with these blades a lot. And these are only some of my KABAR knives. These are not all of them. I have some at my unit in my survival kits right now, so they're so cheap. They're just cheap knives. And I'm cheap in terms of affordability. Okay, this is a circa 2004 next generation sheath. Now, I showed you that Kydex sheath in part 2. This is the offering circa 2004. And this is not Kydex, it's plastic. But guess what? It's a good sheath. Not excellent, good. It locks in nicely. It has a hump over here. And you can see the locking tab. Bam, locks in. Not super solid, but that's okay. That's all I want. And then in 2004, they put the crossguard strap on there, and you had a handle strap. And I think they are initially doing that to make it jump capable for airborne troops. That knife will not come out of there unless something really weird happens, like you're caught in a tornado. Even then, I don't think it's coming out. Now, I showed you on that Kydex sheath how it had a quick attachment capability with the fold-over Velcro and the snap. It does not have that on the newer versions. It's a slide-over only design, which is not so great. Also, please keep in mind, if you're going to use or expect to use this knife, you troops that are in Iraq, Afghanistan, if you expect to use this in a defensive role, remember, you better lock that blade onto your carry person in a very standardized location. Do not slide this on your web belt and just let it slide all over the place, because at the time you reach under, and by the way, you're going to be under great stress when this happens, and you're looking for your blade, and guess what? It slid 6 inches back and it's not where you thought it was. That's precious seconds you don't have to get your blade out and maybe save your life, maybe your buddy's life. Same for you civilians should you need to do it. Or you guys in overseas, whoever's carrying this knife. The way I do that is there's a couple ways. One, I'll take this off, I'll put a tech lock, that folding tech lock clip-on fastener on it. That's a great system. Another way I'll do it is you can just simply slide this over your belt, whether it's a web belt, and you just take a real thick needle, kind of like an embroidery needle with carpet thread, really heavy thread, and simply stitch this to your belt. Run some stitches through it on your web belt, and guess what? It locks it into position so it does not slide. And that's what you need to do. And if you're expecting to possibly use this as a defensive capability to save your life, you better dang well do that. Do not let it slide around. It's got to be very consistent. Same if you carry a gun. You want it to be in the same place every time. So, good sheath, and it lightened it up. That next generation KABAR knife, circa 1999, 17.5 ounces. This one weighs 15.6. A lot of that is it's a lighter sheath. So good. So that's the stainless next generation. As usual, running out of time. And this is a very good looking utility knife. At least that's what they call it. Make sure I'm getting that right. Yeah, it's a 025011 KABAR utility knife. They have this in desert tan, and they have it in this very good looking sage green. Beautiful colors. Both of them are awesome. And this is the same sheath. Notice they dispensed with that crossguard clip, and also they changed the funnel on it. Notice that there's a funnel portion on the newer plastic KABAR sheaths. I like that. Same disengagement system that you push down with your thumb to unlock the blade, and it has a little shelf here for the crossguard. Love that. This is a 1095 version, brand new. By the way, it comes very sharp, and by the way, KABAR, great company. I love KABAR. They're such a good company, and they're historical too. I love that. But KABAR has a 20-degree grind on this. By the way, if my camera dies, that's the end of the video. My battery's dying. So it comes razor sharp out of the box. This thing is hair shaving sharp. I am not going to reprofile this knife. I might sharpen the upper clip, but I'm not changing the profile on it. I don't know if my other ones are like that, but this one is. It is just frickin' sharp. Nice fuller. This is an epoxy coated black on this 1095 blade. Notice they've changed, at least on this utility knife, the crossguard. It's thinner and it's stamped metal, bent back a little bit. Don't mind that at all. It's great. Still that comfortable Kraton grip. Impact device on the bottom. And as all KABAR Marine Combat knives, it's pinned to the full tang design. I think someone commented that the KABAR might be a weaker design. Again, I'm not the end-all expert, I admit that, but I've never seen this knife design break on me. And keep that in mind. So for the money, and this one cost me, I paid for this, 55 bucks, $52, and that was last week. That's pretty good. Really good. I got it from AFES, but it's all over the world for that price. So that's the end of the KABAR Marine Combat knife for my review. Great knife!